Hello Virgo, we're going to do your weekly reading for week beginning April 12th and 13th, depending on where you are on the globe. Now, weekly readings can reflect something practical in nature. They might offer some deeper soul wisdoms. They might reflect how you are emotionally going through challenges, your thought processes and whether they need balancing, whatever the case may be, okay? I work with the 5 levels of being in my healing work when it comes to connecting in with empaths, intuitives and sensitives, or those that might find themselves on the awakening path. We are more than just a physical body. We are an energy body, an emotional body, a thought body and a soul. How those blend and balance and the gifts we can learn from each of them is relevant to our journey and what we are experiencing. As many of us know, collectively, a lot of us experience similar frequencies. So in my intuitive healing work, in these readings, I pick up on a frequency that is the most strongest. They reflect storylines. I will see things, hear things that might paint a picture that may or may not resonate with you. It's about picking up and taking what resonates with you, Virgo, and leaving the rest. Let's take a look at a theme and we'll see what story the tarot wants to tell you this week. If you haven't subscribed, would love your support as I build this new little venture that is YouTube. Okay, theme, change. Isn't that relevant for all? You are graduating from one level of being to the next. You are moving through one chapter, one cycle, how you are adapting. You might be in assessment mode for how you are navigating. Many of us for the last few weeks have been in this lockdown experience or extreme and dramatic change when it comes to our lifestyles, our financial situations, yeah? I don't say it lightly. A lot of us are navigating change in many different ways. You know, it's not about being brave enough to remain optimistic all the time. Sometimes we have to connect into the heaviest stuff that's going on. Your path is changing, no doubt. It has changed. You are certainly in reflection mode, but I feel like I'm talking to Virgos that are going from one thing to another, like whatever life looked like before, whoever you thought yourself to be before, you're walking the line now. You are, you know, you're even feeling a bit trippy when it comes to the before times and current times and what the future could potentially hold, because the past can no longer define you. If you actually do essentially find yourself on middle ground reviewing, you are in review mode, yeah? And it's completely unique for us all. Does the view feel good, look good? What have you learned? Where are you wanting to go? Where are you now in the timeline of that, yeah? Let's see what the tarot wants to talk about. I feel like I'm talking to Virgos that are primarily in review mode. But it's an internal process. Well, obviously it's an internal process, but an individual. I don't feel like I'm picking up on Virgos that are concerned about... I feel like you are, if anything, you are walking away. So, you know, the worst is behind you is what I want to say. But you've found your middle ground. You've found your peace, your acceptance within the changing circumstances, the changing tides, the changing landscape around you. What have I got? 28 minutes maximum. Virgo. Your energy feels good. That wants to come out. The Death card. That's so relevant. Massive transformation. I'm feeling a glow up though. Let's go. Wow. This is what I was feeling. I'll talk through the cards in a minute. I love when they all just marry up, okay? And I've got to keep this at 28 minutes, so... I haven't uploaded videos. I've been saving them to my camera roll. Stop talking, Ali, because you're going to miss... Okay, ready? Massive endings. You are beneath all this, okay? The worst is truly behind you is what I said. That is the most optimistic version of the Ten of Swords. You might have felt stabbed in the back by life, people, connections, betrayed. The energy of betrayal, the energy of uncertainty is behind you. Look at that. Look at this. Very synchronistic. You had options, okay? In the past, you had the option of how you wanted to walk your path. you had the option of perhaps even re-engaging, going another way. There were choices here that have led you to where you are today. And everything is a choice. Our emotional state of being, our experience of connections, life, love, career. You had options, okay? What I want to say is, what you're going through right now is, this is the line of a phoenix, okay? This is the phoenix rising from the ashes, and I feel like he's coming out of that big bushfire, or whatever the case may be. He is walking away from the flames. He knows that he can be nurtured by a peaceful view, and that he's walking away from something a bit darker, a bit more hectic, a bit more uncertain, a bit more like that's the flames of the past. There is fire in there. I didn't even know that. Look at that. There is fire in there. And the winds of change are here. He's covered by wind and breeze. You can see it. It has shaped your vitality, yeah? See the change in the sun up here? This experience, whatever this is, Virgo, has ultimately influenced your experience of vitality. So I do want to say, be mindful of how you let your vitality, your life force, your creative expression, your willingness and risk to open up again to anything, to take a chance, to put yourself out there, whatever the case may be. Do not let the past affect that source of vitality within you. In order to be truly creative, in order to express and connect from the heart and communicate our vitality, communicate what sustains us, communicate our needs, what is the sun in your life? That's your heart. Don't let the past experiences ultimately cloud your vitality. You've walked a journey for a reason. You've chosen this transformation and the gift it has brought you. And where you are now, you're actually in a very optimum position to review the whole thing. You haven't looked back. Look at him. And that's a good thing. Don't look back. Not where you are going has nothing to do with where you have come from. But when you do look back, look at the gift. Don't remain stuck. Maybe even use that as a visual to see how much, when we walk the line between shadow and light, that is the gift we are given, because we get to experience both equally, and the transformative power of both. Wowee. Because when you maintain that, when you actually ask yourself, how much am I letting the past cloud and influence my vitality? When I focus too much on this view, I'm seeing the flames, the threat. Yeah? I'm not feeling open-hearted. I'm not speaking my truth clearly or feeling safe enough to do so. I'm constantly juggling these two mindsets, feelings within myself, fear and wanting to open up, or taking a risk and putting myself out there. Whatever the case may be, just be aware of where you are creating from. This is creative energy, okay? It is from our creative center, whether we are artists or not, that we engage the energy of manifestation. What are you drawing down? What are you drawing up from? Be mindful this week. This is huge. This is you. You are the Queen of Pentacles, male or female. This is you element. This is coming up. You're working with some powerful manifestation energy here. You have embraced change. You are moving from one state of being, perhaps where you are like feeling like this, and you've completely transformed that, because you knew, empowered within you was a choice to see yourself, your path, your journey, your wisdom that you've learned from everything. You've seen it as a choice, and you are deciding now, what do I want to make manifest moving forward? He is not looking back, he is moving forward. You know, the magician is a manifestor, because he's infinite. His knowledge of himself is infinite. He holds a wand, he has a cup, he has a pentacle, he's got a coin, he's got everything he needs. That is a combination of all four swords. You know, he's got a sword on the table too. You have, Virgo, everything you need to manifest whatever it is that you're navigating at this time when it comes to what you want to change, call in, manifest. Do not be afraid. The worst is behind you. You've moved away from emotional loss. That's at the bottom of the deck, okay? You are stepping into the essence of who you are. This is the Queen of Earth, Queen of Pentacles. This is a feminine nature. You know, this is about opening up to that heart space energy. Communicating who you are, your needs, what you want moving forward, what you are manifesting. This is a wish fulfillment. You are getting your wish. Trust. Do not say stuck in here, okay? That's an ending. This is a wish fulfillment. Okay, there's communications, yes, but you are also cutting away. You're watching, someone might be watching you, people might be watching you, your growth, your change, your transformation, how you've gone from this, through this, into this. This is like a stalker kind of card, but I do want to, it's also the Page of Swords. It's youthful communication, it's youthful thoughts and ideas about what this might be. You might be at the infancy stage of some thoughts that ultimately reflect what this is going to mean for you. I don't even know what my wishes are. This is the perfect week to really start to get clear on that, because you are leveling up, my dear. What life look like, I don't even know. This might even be a definition that has been processed and enhanced and developed over the last 10 years, yeah? Over the last year. The last 7 months have been crucial as far as timing goes. What are you manifesting that you perhaps even connected into on a heartfelt level 7 months ago when you said, why can't I just fill in the blanks? Maybe this had to happen. Maybe this had to happen for you in order to get your wish, to draw in whatever it is that you are drawing in at this time. Your reality is starting to reflect it. There's a cutting away, but there's also youthful thoughts and infancy around. I think I'm starting to connect the dots now. I'm starting to see everything I've learned, everything I want for myself, what I'm ready to walk towards, what I'm walking away from. That's what I feel like when I say infancy kind of thoughts. But you are also looking back. Don't allow your thoughts, okay, ruled by the swords, make you look back to the point that you stay stuck there, because you are an amplification energy here. You are leveling up. This is also a promotion card, and a promotion can be applied metaphorically, promoting up from one state of being to another. The role you played a year ago, the last year has been potent in this manifestation of whatever it is you want, okay? You end the reading with the Two of Cups. This is the beginnings of love, of loving life, loving your path. This is emotional reciprocity. And if we've been thinking too much, thinking to the point that it's like this is the invitation into heart space, invitation into the emotional body, so that we're actually experiencing the view like this. And it doesn't look like everything's on fire and feels like a threat, yeah? Emotional reciprocity. The Two of Cups is a beautiful connection card, but this connection first, this is just my personal view with the tarot. Yes, this is the infant card of partnership, okay? But it is also emotional reciprocity. We have to be right within ourselves. We have to agree with ourselves on a heart level about what we want, what we deserve, what we desire moving forward, Virgo, before we can actually experience that mirror in another person. I just did the Sagittarius monthly, and we go in to define and ask our heart what it wants, because the cups rules the emotions on an emotional level. Maybe you have not nourished your emotions for a very long time because you've been very much trapped up in thought space. The cups are calling you though. They're asking you, what's your emotional wish fulfillment? What is your emotional wish fulfillment at this time? Because I feel like there are Virgos that are manifesting their wish fulfillment when it comes to emotional nourishment. Because I do see, like I said, in the past you've lost, but you know what? This is emotional loss. But this feeling isn't as heavy as this, and this is the Swords. And I do want to say, I think whatever has happened in the past, whatever change you feel like you're navigating, whatever has fundamentally represented your past to where you are going, has also affected your perception of self than it has your emotions. And if you are feeling closed down, and ruled by thoughts, perhaps, and not wanting to take an option, take a risk. Because I do want to say there's something here that you haven't quite taken, seen, accepted. When it comes to the gift of learning something from your emotions, when it comes to a gift of what it can be for your emotions, okay, emotional satisfaction, like I was saying, it's been predominantly thought heavy, okay? So what I do want to say, whatever this all represents, has ultimately affected perceptions rather than emotions. And that's also a good thing, Virgo, because that doesn't necessarily mean we're emotionally closed off from opportunity and new beginnings and putting ourselves out there and taking a risk and whatever the case may be, because it has to come from a heart level. If we're really working with manifestation energy, we have to feel it on every level. And if it's just simply our thoughts that need to be tweaked and changed, it's alchemy at its finest. What you're drawing in, what you're taking, when you do turn to look, because I feel that is the potential this week for you, because you're cutting away, okay? You're getting clear in the mind about things that do need to go, perceptions, fears perhaps that rule the mind, the way you see things, the way you see your path and how much you love it, what you love about your path, what love means for you, what manifestation, what you're manifesting when it comes to something substantial and tangible, something that you can see, touch, feel. This is proof. Thought, prayer, and meditation is great and all, but it is action that counts, yeah? That's what the Queen of Cups is all about. She's the queen that delivers the goods, not just by word, but by action, she shows. This is also self-sufficiency and provision and setting up a life that nourishes you, you know, that is tangibly nourishing too. But in order to feel nourished, we need more than just a positive mindset. We also need to get right within our heart. That connection to our emotions has to be first right within self before it can be reflected by others. Otherwise, when we don't do that, we can make the mistake of doing this and not seeing something for what it is. Too focused on what has happened and how love hasn't worked out, or how we've put ourselves out there and taken a creative risk, or put our emotions into something and it didn't work out. I'm too focused on how it didn't work out, yeah? Same sort of message is repeating for you. But there's this thing that suddenly manifested out of nowhere. Opportunity, experience, something you probably even called forth. And I can apply that in so many different ways. Maybe you hated your job and you wanted this time at home with the kiddos. Maybe you really wanted some time to work on a creative project and here you are in isolation. Maybe you're calling forth a connection. Maybe you're calling forth some form of emotional satisfaction. That is your Ten of Cups. This is one of the best cards in the deck. This is the dynasty. This is the longevity card. It is strong, stable foundations of how it's going to ultimately help the family and those you care about and love. Yeah. What you are walking away from, this loss, the death of the old you, old ways, is essentially helping you to manifest everything you've ever wanted because you've asked for it. You've asked for this transformative time. Sometimes when we ask and seek to manifest something that looks completely different to where we are, chaos ensues and our whole worlds crumble, and so too do our internal processes, dialogues, feelings, how we perceive and see ourselves, because what if that was limiting too, Virgo? What if that is all part of the old that needs to die away so that you can successfully see such a contrast and difference to how far you have come, how different the world was for you back here, whatever that means across the timeline for you, what your options are when it comes to engaging something that looks a lot more like peace, nourishment, you know, beauty. You are manifesting whatever the Ten of Pentacles means for you, okay? This is the dowry card. This is longevity. This is, like I said, it's the dynasty card as well. This is success and fortune and long-standing. That's your wish. You're wanting something. You're wanting to manifest something here that is long-standing, even if that is a state of mind, even if that is healed emotions. or an emotional reset when it comes to how you see yourself, your life, your opportunities, your wisdom that you have taken with you. Stepping into the divine fire and creative spark that you are as well. You don't have to be a fire sign to connect to this. Maybe you have fire sign elements in your chart. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, you know. As we move into the next fire sign season, what are we in now? We're currently in Aries. You know, this is about you stepping into your creative power to be able to truly create, manifest. This is the energy that crowns you. This is just popping up in the base of the deck, okay, as a little story that I like to do. This is about you bravely stepping into that creative power. You want to feel good about yourself. You want that expression to be seen, heard, you know. You want to feel sensual and connect into that creative fire within. And it takes bravery to do that. Yeah, this is the Strength card. It takes immense strength to navigate this, so that we can see clearly how far we have come, how bravely we have allowed things to be let go of, that no longer ultimately form a purpose in our life, our path. You know, apply that to everything, financial situations. Look for the opportunities that life is presenting to you now. The old you has definitely gone, but what is coming in her or his place is something worth celebrating. It's a reignition of emotions is what I want. There's a lot of emotions here, and a refresh and reset to old thought paradigms is what I want to say. And I think you perhaps might have been kept trapped by your thoughts in the last year, Virgo, simply because you hadn't allowed yourself, you know, in this fear base, because you hadn't allowed yourself that emotional nourishment, the recognition of your emotional needs, your creative needs is what I want to say, because this is what crowns you, is manifestation. It is every element on the table there. The emotions are ruled by cups. The wand is creativity. The swords are clarity of thoughts. Yeah, the coins are practical, tangible money. You now have everything on the table in front of you that you need, which includes the wisdom of the past, which includes your current emotional state. Sorry about the neighbour's dogs. Which includes your options and potentials for the future. Something tangible you can see. Options to move forward with. How you navigate this, hey guys, don't bark, come here. It's completely up to you. I think my camera's finishing. We can look back and stay stuck, or we can bravely move forward and embrace everything that's trying. This is recognition for your success, clarity, strength, manifestation, Virgo, a celebration, wishes fulfilled, yeah? Change. Take the cup that life has offered you, and I think many of you have, and you're putting yourself out there, you're navigating these times with bravery, and very soon will start to be satisfied with what you are drawing in and manifesting, my dear. Recognition is yours. Even recognizing yourself for how far you have come. Yeah? Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.